There is a dent in my license plate.
I have nothing to do with it.
He doesn't want me talking today. You're gonna edit it in a way that nobody can see that.
Okay, good.
Causing problems.
No, you...
Yes!
You can't. I go just like that.
That is nothing different than I did.
Look, I can do that like... I can pick my nose doing that. So
yes,
what's the problem? And the second piece fell into the engine, but...
Oh my God. He expects me to know if that thingy is in the right direction.
Could be a hose clamp.
So this car is testing our patience on this little short trip.
Alright, in this episode we're gonna remove the vacuum pump from our 2.7 liter diesel Discovery 3. Now in the workshop this is actually a body off job, and according to the Land Rover workshop manual this is actually a crossover pipe out job, which is then again a body off job for most of the workshops. And we're gonna show you how to take the vacuum pump out easily through the top of the engine with only removing some minor stuff.
On a Sunday morning where we are not allowed to rattle.
And here's proof that it worked. It only took like 2 hours to get it out, and you can see only a bunch of minor stuff we had to take out.
Not the transfer case.
Yeah, that's just sitting there because it's waiting for a rebuild. You will not be able to find a Land Rover shop which takes you that vacuum pump out without removing the body. So the best thing is to just do that yourself using your Toyota hand tools, which are completely unused, and you use them on your Land Rover.
Yes, and you may not want to ask us why we have to do that job 1 year after our entire engine rebuild.
The reason our pump is leaking is basically the seal. The seal was actually okay, but I used the wrong sealant where the parting line of the two casting components go together, and that made it prematurely fail.
Yes, because also what we thought it was that the rear crankshaft seal leaked. And it did not.
We already got the pump out and now we're gonna put it back in, but I'm gonna show you the footage on how I got the pump out. Now I did put the car in excess height and I deflated all corners so it comes back down to this height when I lower it, because the entire job is gonna be in this corner and it's hard to access if the car is high up and you're only a short guy like me, okay? I'm gonna put the bonnet into service height. Now I find it easier to remove the battery with the airbox out.
Yeah.
This part out. This gets us additional room. There we go. So, disconnecting the vacuum line from the pump, not breaking anything, and there we got one out. There it is. See? Using this hose plier, and I go in there, and I grab it right here. So there is some plastic piece, which we take out. Next job is to take these two coolant lines away, and there is a mounting bracket right here. There it is. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Okay, this gives me good access now. Check out what bolts we got. So, okay, this is the coolant water you see here. Now I got a nice access hole to reach up in there like on a cattle farm. I got my camera here set up and I can now go in and take all these bolts out. It's impossible to film for you guys. The first bolt. Now I got two more. Down there's one more. Come out now. And there's my ratchet. No room to put the ratchet on? Come on. That sucks. Is that a brake line? I'm gonna have to bend that out of the way. Okay, bolt number 2. Wow, the third one is gonna be hard. I loosened them from up, but I can get them out from down here. There it is. So this is like a tiny bolt from a hose clip. Ah, there's the oil. And now the last one. I got the last bolt out. There it is. I hope it's the right one. Okay, the pump should be loose now.
Wait a second. I'm still.
Okay, it should be loose now. There it is. Now let's hope it fits through here.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's
No.
definitely oil.
Well, just move it to the right and take it out.
Not quite.
Oh, it's not going.
No.
That's what I said. It's
Okay,
going
but
to
I
the
had
right
to turn
side.
it first, and you didn't tell me to turn it. Oh.
Oh, it disintegrated. Well, it's gone.
Let me
I hope
see.
the pump is not broken because
No,
we
it's
probably
not
don't have
broken.
a spare
Let
pump.
me see if I can get the gasket.
And
There's the wasted gasket.
it's brand
Oh,
new.
and it's brand new and completely flat.
He's doing heart surgery on my Land Rover and he did not plug the most important hole.
There's the surface from the pump, and you can see here there is a little bit of smudge right there. So we're gonna clean this up, and then we put a new sealant in and use the correct sealant and mount it back up.
So he used the same sealant we did on the camshaft. So ever since you touched my car with the wrong sealant.
Now, unfortunately, I had to get a Brit part because Land Rover did not have it on stock. And if I look at it now, the seal flattened out quite a bit. But we got no other choice. We're gonna have to use the Brit part one. I did do a lot of prep work in order to get this pump back in, because you have to line this up to the camshaft, and this is kind of difficult. So first of all, I figured out the correct position by doing this a few times trial and error off camera. So I practiced this at least 3 or 4 times to get the pump seated. Because if I fumble around and I get oil onto the mating surfaces here, it's not going to work. So it's important to practice this a couple of times. The other thing I had to do, which was not the fine English way on our fine English car, was I had to break this edge off here, off this plastic piece.
Oh my god.
Okay, otherwise the pump does not fit through here. Then I have to go all the way around back here, which is too much hassle with the sealant applied to the pump. This was of course all well on purpose, and the second piece fell into the engine, but
Oh my god.
there are a couple of metal pieces in here, which I have to get into the correct orientation. You just have to trust me here. And of course I got now the correct sealant. Now the sealant is necessary because there is a parting line in the camshaft cap. And that parting line has a little bit of an offset, and it will leak oil if you don't put any sealant on. I'm gonna put the sealant now into this area where the parting line is. One time here, okay.
And it dries soft.
And one time here. This is the area of the parting line, and this way it also doesn't fall out.
Yeah.
Put a little bit down here. Now I can put this in here, right here. Good. We're also gonna put some here because Vera wanted that, so the sealing ring stays nicely in position. Okay.
So it's Loctite 518.
Okay, and now I'm gonna put some sealant here on top, exactly where the parting line is, and right here. Now also I'm gonna put some on the opposite side where the parting line is, which is not visible for you guys.
And here's the part number for the seal.
Now I got the pump aligned here to my paint mark, so I figured out exactly where it needs to go. And like I said, I practiced this now several times, and I hope I'm gonna get it in now without screwing it up and without messing up the gasket surfaces. There. Okay. Gotta make sure it's still lined up. Okay, I got it back in. We're gonna find out if it leaks in a few days and after a few hours of work left.
First bolt goes back in.
Yeah.
Second bolt goes in.
Yeah. It's all invisible.
I mean, we got the vacuum pump out easily, but to take it back in, we had to take the coolant crossover pipe out.
Okay, that was only a few more minutes to work, and it makes a big difference here.
And he had to break off a piece of plastic.
I'm gonna hear about that forever. So the third bolt actually has like a little bracket with it. That's the hardest to get back in.
Yes. Yeah. Now my question comes, are we gonna torque them?
There's no way. Oh, those were gold wings.
Oh my god, a gold wing. A gold wing is really rare.
The BMW.
Oh my god.
Okay, now I tightened the third one, which is the one on the bottom, and I'm using a 3/8 inch ratchet. And I'm gonna get that to the final torque of exactly 24.75 Newton meters, okay? Click, click.
Whew. But only one is torqued.
Click, click.
Good.
Click, click.
Good.
Got it. 24 Newton meters.
0.75.
Okay, I gotta raise the vehicle up for this tiny bolt.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I know where that comes from. That comes from Prince Smallcrawl, and I broke it. And Christian doesn't know where it goes.
Oh, okay. So something broke there.
Yes, but not on the outside.
The 1/4 inch ratchet?
Quarter inch? Oh, the 1/4 inch. I'm sorry.
With the 8mm socket.
He got the 8mm socket.
Did I say that I might be qualified to work at a cattle farm?
So the bolt is in.
Sometimes Vera forgets that we're making YouTube videos.
Those noises are normal.
On this car they are. So I inserted this one bolt from underneath, and now I gotta tighten it from the top.
Yeah, just don't tighten the wrong bolt again.
It was probably a bell housing bolt which I tightened. Okay, now I got the right one. Okay, click, click.
In the short amount of time, I have to get the correct wrench or ratchet. He expects me to know if that thingy is in the right direction. Yeah, in that
Okay,
tight
I got
space.
it. So all 3 bolts are in.
The double click was off camera.
Yeah, I got no clue if the sealing ring is sitting correctly. I got no clue if I tightened the right bolts.
If it's oiling, we know. Whenever you hear us saying in our engine rebuild video that if you mess that up in the back, it's a body off. It's not. We were wrong.
Well, we don't know if this repair worked, so you may see us taking the body off next week. Okay, so this coolant hose can go back in place. See, it says Lion on it, okay? Because it's the Lion V6. So I puzzle this back in here.
It will go back in.
Eventually.
Okay, you guys see that?
That's really deep in there, okay?
Yeah.
One is
I know
in.
that.
It's also in.
God, how are
See,
we gonna...
there is a bolt here on the side I gotta put in.
Oh, God. That isn't... Oh, my God, bolt.
Okay, look, I can sneak it in there, no
Yeah,
problem.
but you gotta torque it. Don't wanna drop a bolt at this stage.
And it's also the kind of repair you don't want to start with, okay? This is something you want to do after a few years, okay? If you got some experience with your Land Rover, because it gets you much closer to it than you want to.
You don't wanna drop your socket. Oh, we rarely use that one.
Yeah, Harbor Freight. Okay, Chinese. It's not broken, it's Chinese.
Yes, you don't want to forget to connect those again.
Because exactly when you try to go over the mountain pass in the Western Alps, they pop off. Okay, I can guarantee that.
Yes.
That's a Western Alps pop-off hose.
Yes. And we closed it, at least the lower one.
This one here, it's not where it's marked.
Oh my God.
And
the leak?
if it's rubbing, it's no good in a Land Rover. See, gotta go like this. Where the marking is. There we go. Okay, we're gonna fit this piece here. And I know I got it out. And that's usually a sign that it has to go back in.
So it looks like he got it back on. There's not that much room that it can be in a different position.
Well, if it is, then it melts.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will smell that.
Now the battery tray piece goes back in.
Yes, and in what
that
order?
was easy.
I think that tool is most annoying.
Every time I worked on this car so far, a little bit more broke off on this mount, okay?
Oh, no.
There is really not that much left. And you're gonna have to get me some big tie wraps. Okay.
Yes. So we actually found out our tie wraps are already brittle after 1 year. I'll buy a new one.
Who knows how long this stays closed before we have to open it again. Okay, we're gonna get the cables back in place. So the first cable is the big one.
after you broke the plastic piece off.
Oh, come on. I just removed the plastic piece for excess. That's what Land Rover calls that. That's good. And it goes in here. There. And this one is second. Okay, and this one here is third. Very nice. So this here is where I broke something off, but you can see it's still good in place. Yeah.
You see, it always comes back out.
It's been coming back out before too. Click, click, there.
No.
Click. Looks like an important one.
Oh my God.
But I need a new piece of tape
Okay.
because all your plastic latches are broke after 20 years.
I don't think you can recover even 20 centimeters.
These covers are really important because if you go wading, they make sure the water stays in. Otherwise it's going to rinse back out and you're not going to have any repairs to do. There. Looks like this plastic piece did have a purpose, okay? But there is a hole through it. All I gotta do now is fix it as a tie wrap. I did so many tie wrap fixes on this car already.
So you think actually Land Rover planned for those pieces to break?
Look at that. This is actually better than before. Okay.
But it's another tie wrap you have to open and be annoyed that you have to open it.
Look, this is good.
Oh my God.
Okay, now the coolant crossover pipe gotta go back in place. That's this piece here. Not to be confused with the exhaust crossover pipe. That's what the shop wants you to remove to get to that pump, okay? That one is in. There. It's in. There. We gotta connect it to the hose here. And hose clamp goes back on. So we don't have a leak in the Western Alps.
And no rubbing.
So luckily this is not a Ford F-150. Okay, I'm gonna order these new here because they're really annoying and we're gonna get this one new here. Good. That one is also wrecked. Okay, we got all tie wraps back in.
So every second word Christian is saying is, oh, we need to buy that new.
Oh, we need to buy that new one. Okay, it's gotta go back together here. There. Okay, see? Okay, see that? That didn't sound too good.
There's a squirrel in
No,
here.
it was a walnut.
Yeah, from a squirrel.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Good.
Just be careful.
Okay.
Everything is brittle.
This gotta go back in here. Oh, everything is so brittle. Make sure this doesn't connect here on its own. Okay, so red's black and plus is minus, I think. Click, click. Click, click. Good.
What about the other pole?
We gotta get the airbox back in. Okay, the airbox goes back in.
That is your ever since you touched my car moment.
Yeah. And I think we better test your winch now.
Why?
After the little accident I had.
Oh, the winch is fine. Only my license plate is not fine.
Okay, always the last touch. Put the cover back on so nobody sees the misery. How are we gonna test this now?
We drive it and then we see if there's oil running out.
No, we're gonna start it and we put it up on the lift. That's what we do.
And then?
And then we can look here through the wheel arch.
Oh, I don't have a wheel on yet.
Yes.
Up he goes again.
Okay, so coolant in here.
Oh, look at that. You look at that.
Yeah.
That's where our oil leak was.
So obviously it's gonna take a while until it develops an oil leak again, but I'm gonna check that there is no severe oil leak, for example, because the gasket slipped or something.
I already checked.
See, this is not good here.
What? Not good?
Yeah, see?
Oh no, I don't want to do that again.
An oil leak. Oh, let me wipe it off.
Shit. So the gasket slipped. So Christian wiped it off. And and now we're waiting.
Yeah, maybe it was residual oil. Right now it's not leaking anymore.
Yeah, we take it on a test drive and then we check it again.
Okay, you think it's okay if we drive with 3 wheels? We're gonna have to check in a few days again. We cover it up with a wheel. Ready for a test drive. Okay, I gotta re-enable the air suspension here. There it is. So again, this is a couple of days later, and if I check now here the back side of the transmission, this looks all nice and dry, so it did cure the problem, I would think. It always leaked down here and it looked like it came out of the weep hole from the bell housing, but it wasn't. It actually came around here. You can still see there's some residual oil left there, but that's definitely from before, okay? Because I'm a YouTuber, I'm trustworthy. So I'm happy with that, because at the first glance it didn't look like it cured it, but there was just so much residual oil left. I cleaned it up in between and then we drove it around for a couple of days, and now you can see it is not leaking again. Here in the front, there is nothing coming out of that weep hole here. That's important. Okay, so the front camshaft did not leak down again. Now I do want to change the diesel filter here quickly. It's only 1 year old. But we did clean our fuel tank, and I think a lot of stuff actually got through the pump and into this filter. I typically take the bracket out. This way I'm not abusing the hoses as bad, okay? Okay. So there's the new Delphi filter. I think Delphi is actually OEM. Note that they gotta be the slink mounted here, and of course we keep all these caps because they're really nice when you do work on your car. And now I don't remember how this goes together. Yeah, that works here. This one gotta go here. I'm sure goes here. Yeah, the last one in the center. Okay, and now this little clip gotta go on here. That should do it for the Alps. I think this is looking pretty good, right? Okay. Click, click. Don't put too much torque on these so they don't snap off. Just a little bit is good enough. I'll get the diesel washed off here. Look who is driving my Prince Mall Crawl, because her car is on the lift. I gotta show you something before you're allowed to go onto the couch. Okay. We're gonna replace that boot quickly. We can't have that here. Oh, it ripped. Got the new one right here. These are expensive, like 35 euros. Okay, the upper ring we don't need. We're gonna give this a good bit of grease here. So this goes back on here. Okay, that's it.
So the bad day hammer was needed.
Yeah,
and my help.
it was put in off camera, okay?
Okay, I'm supposed to stay here.
And I did something really bad.
You put it in the wrong side?
No, I didn't put it in the wrong hole. I destroyed this here, so this is gonna capture water, so we have to put something around. Quiet. So we put a few layers of tape around here.
So that's gonna hurt.
Oh, suspension strut. Oh,
lower
okay.
mounting bolt.
Okay.
300. Don't
Okay,
tell
we
me
only
anything.
275 will do it. 300 is a little bit beefy on this bolt. Oh, hang on.
What?
I did the first mistake.
Oh.
Gotta be tightened in right height. Okay, so I deflated all corners off camera, okay? Don't do that with the full pressure on your shock or you're gonna push your car off your lift. Okay, and we gotta do 485 here.
Oh, you still got some pumping to do.
Yeah.
So that's where 485 is. Yeah.
Good, yeah? That's right height?
So I pull towards me.
No, not this one, this one. It's not all the way on.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you can help me, right?
Reset it again. That was not a clean. You have to do it in a clean sweep.
You're gonna edit it in a way that nobody can see that.
Okay, good.
Causing problems.
No,
Yes.
you can't go like this when you torque something, okay? You gotta go in a clean sweep. I go just like that.
That is nothing different than I did.
Look, I can do that like... I can pick my nose doing that. So
Yes,
what's the problem? You have to put your weight underneath here. There you go. And now without wiggling it. Okay,
It's
I'm not happy with it.
Yeah.
Well,
It's torqued.
what we do
Just
is
leave it like that. He
Okay.
has to ruin everything.
No. Okay, so this was right height?
Yes. You. Look, my WD-40 was empty and I replaced it with LM-40. Torquing to 280 and lifting 4 tires, your back's gonna hurt.
Mounting her worn-out winter tires, but they better in the snow than worn-out all-terrain tires.
Yes. He doesn't want me talking today. Yes.
That's out of context. Doesn't matter. In case we hit snow. We hit snow in Austria. Okay, it's on there. There's our pump. There's the bottom of it. And no oil. Stop again. Good. Okay. I think I got the key in my pocket.
Oh, I thought he's gonna yell at me.
So, because I replaced the fuel filter, I let the fuel pump run a bit. You can also do that by just cycling the ignition, but that's boring.
Christian, you fixed just about everything except for my bent license plate. So, yeah, here is the on-off button.
Okay, got it. Let's see if the winch works.
It says so here.
Because we go into the Western Alps, okay? And you never know if you have to recover a Toyota.
Well,
Always check that your winch is working before a trip, okay? Because most people don't use that every day like I do on my way to work into the city every day.
yeah, we lost a little bit of coolant. You know, when we had to take out the vacuum pump. So, start your engine
With a new diesel filter.
with a new diesel filter. Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
What?
It ran out of diesel.
What is going on? So, we have to purge the Schrader valve.
Well, I did purge it.
Oh, shit. We didn't do anything on the trigger wheel, and it's not the injectors. So there's our reason. Look how many bubbles are coming.
Yeah, I didn't purge it long enough, okay?
Yeah.
Or something is wrong.
There better be nothing wrong. So that diesel looks a bit different because...
Because there's oil in this bottle.
Oh.
Vera got herself premium diesel for a premium price, okay? Because we want to see if the car works better with premium diesel.
Yes, and let me tell you, it was like he was running on water and now he's drinking Gatorade.
It's a big difference, especially on takeoff when you start in the morning and it's still cold. It has a lot more torque.
Yes, but only on the Discovery 3. On the Discovery 4, I don't see a difference with the ultimate
the
diesel.
engine has just enough torque at all times, but this one is always a little weak in the morning. Can you hold this so it doesn't tip over?
Yes.
Okay. So
Good. Let's see if he starts. God, please start. That was also still because of the diesel line. He will, of course, cut that a little bit shorter. So Christian says he doesn't sound quite right. I say he sounded never better. So you see here, the Yellow Angel ADAC is using a Defender as a tow truck, right? Most
Yes.
reliable car on the planet.
Yeah, it can load up itself and tow home.
Yes.
So test drive is complete. Okay, I'm gonna fix this mess here because I bought something on Amazon and
Oh my God.
I'm gonna vacuum this out.
Good.
It's raining.
I didn't sew anything
Yeah, that's okay.
because it was just 17 euros and I really don't have time for that stuff right now.
Gonna remove all the glue. Oh, and it's broken here. That sucks. It's really simple. All that is an O-ring right here. And I fold it back over and it looks like that though. Very good. Well, that one is worn out too, but who cares? Okay, it's an old car and it has character. So this should fix it. I glued it back together and here I made like a metal reinforcement. I actually made this out of this boot clamp, what came with it, and I didn't use it. And that will be good enough. Some here. I'll put this in. Ah, damn, burned myself. We'll fill in the gaps. That actually fits pretty good, I gotta say. So I used Padex, the most famous German glue. Good, we can put this back in place. So excuse all that dust, but I got only one hand free. So this gotta go on here. And then this snaps back in here, I hope. Yeah, this is not bad. Looks good. We'll do some vacuuming. I'm testing our diesel heater, make sure that works.
Okay. Yes, there's my new boot.
That's not the boot I'm talking about.
What are you talking about? That is not a boot, that is a sleeve. Yes, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Actually, where is he? Christian, I did not want to show that on video. And I just wanted to let our viewers detect it on their own. Looks like a brand new car. Oh my God. And I think it's OEM and I got it off of eBay for 17 euros.
So the first start of the season always causes a little bit of smoke. We're charging our Gold Zero and packing up our stuff. Yeah, now it's running. So we drove down to the Alps with our rooftop tent, but we ended up sleeping in a hotel because the weather down here was really windy, cold and rainy. And there's snow, of course, and we got the worst possible winter tires ever. So
Is it snowing?
it's snow up on the mountain, you can see it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be challenging. And we got no snow chains.
Oh, we're gonna buy some.
Yeah, we thought we're gonna go hiking, but it looks like we're gonna go driving. We got fuel burning heater season, okay? So most likely we got anyway some fault message and the fuel burning heater isn't gonna start. It's always like this at the beginning of the season. Yeah, see here, auxiliary heater, 2 faults. Yeah, fuel level and flame detection. That's normal at the beginning of the season, so I clear those. No faults. And now I'm gonna start the vehicle. Ooh. Ooh, that wasn't the best start in the world. It's not starting it. I don't know why. Should be turning it on 6 degrees and lower. I know why. I gotta turn on the AC. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're gonna get some smoke.
Oh my God, the car is rumbling.
There we go. So, fuel burning heater is running. What an achievement.
But it doesn't do me any good.
Yeah, we got the worst winter tires ever. We kinda underestimated how the weather can be here, you know. Normally we got global warming and they don't have any more snow.
Yes.
But now there's some broken jet stream over Italy providing like cold air exactly in those 3 days where we come down here. What the hell?
But the road is clear.
Yeah.
So that's about the point where I start to stress.
Well, there was a BMW club driving in front of us and they raced away, so it can't be that bad.
Look, the fire department is driving a Defender.
I think the fire department called the tow truck.
Yeah.
Are you stressed?
A little bit. So we are almost at 2,000 meters and the road is still fairly free. I don't know.
Sommerreifchen drauf.
Meinst du, die haben Sommerreifen drauf?
Natürlich.
Aber man fährt doch nicht in die Alpen im Oktober mit Sommerreifen.
Oder keine Winterreifen, keine Schneeketten dabei. Ne? Du brauchst Schneeketten.
Das ist jetzt die Baustelle. So we just passed the Timmelsjoch.
Yeah, we at 2,400 meters, I think. And the snowplow just came across. Very exciting drive. And it's 19 euros to get up here. Wow. So here's our private snowplow escort, okay, to make sure we're gonna get out here again. So this is already the Italian side of the Timmelsjoch. Pretty impressive, but you can't see how high the mountains are here. I think that's a pretty neat job they got. And our tires are quite worn down, okay, but they are snow tires. And as long as it's not full coverage on the snow, we're okay with them. You know? Would be nice if you don't drop down there now. And we got -2 up here. Okay, she's looking for food.
So when Christian says I eat all the time, he makes it sound like I eat chips and cookies and stuff like that. I don't. I eat my vegetables.
And French fries. Just before the gate, the BMW club crossed us again. I did hit the button on my camera to freeze the picture, but I'm not sure if I captured it. Okay. That is funny because we talked about that and they did not. Yeah, they did not get through because they didn't have winter tires. Mm-hmm. And if you have winter tires and four-wheel drive, you don't need snow chains. So that's the rule. Summer tires only with snow chains mounted, and winter tires is okay on a four-wheel drive. If you just got winter tires, you need to have the snow chains in the trunk. So after like a 45-minute fight to find a parking spot, we are walking now through Bolzano in Italian, and we're going to the Ötzi Museum, okay, the Iceman Museum here. So we're going into the museum, and it's actually the night of the museum today. We didn't know about that. Positive thing is the entrance is free. Negative, it's pretty busy now. We've been here with our kids a couple of years ago, and visiting here with kids is a different story. That's the guy we want to look at. We're gonna check out Ötzi now, and absolutely no filming allowed. Okay, this is really old. So there wasn't much filming allowed really, but a very interesting museum, that's for sure. They know everything about the guy and how he was found. So that's and then also they know how he died, how he got hit by an arrow into his shoulder and how the blood streamed out, where he was cut and everything. I guess now I guess now you want to go window shopping, right?
I'm going window shopping.
So they even knew based on his strontium content in his bones where he was living as a kid and when he was grown up. That's really amazing. They know based on his genes from where his ancestors came from and where they populated into the region. They also know that he had arthritis.
Yeah, he
And
had
some-
a lot of modern illnesses.
He had a lot of modern health problems, that's true. But they don't know who killed him. They don't know what his profession was.
And they don't know yet still what those tattoos mean. I think that's how many bears he killed.
Yeah, or how many... I wanted to say something with women, but
Maybe how many kids he has.
they got a nice market here.
Yeah.
Oh, the light's flickering. Smells like the sausage we had at the Stelvio Pass.
I want to go to the
Okay, I'm done window shopping now. They sure got enough shoes here and climbing rope and everything. Could be a hose clamp.
So this car is testing our patience on this little short trip. Oh no, what is it?
Maybe I should have inserted this hose clamp too. It wasn't me, it was the car.
So the 16% incline popped a coolant line. We have to cross that pass. And then we are in Germany. Right now we are in Austria. Whoa. So good thing we have enough water at all times with us.
And that coolant was brand new. This is about the busiest road you can have an incident like that. There are at least already 3 Toyotas driven by, honking their horn. How much is that, a liter?
Yes.
That was the third one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you don't think we lost all of it like
No.
we did last time
We're
in
gonna
the
start
Alps?
it now and we see if it works.
Okay. It's running. It sounds beautiful. So don't push him too hard. Don't push him. You're pushing too hard. Oh my God. Okay, there's the next stop spot. We agreed. It's an ever since you touched my car moment.
Yeah, so I think when we did the vacuum pump, I actually loosened up this hose clamp on this side and then I decided, well, I don't have to take it off and I forgot to put it back on. So that's the only explanation I have. Okay, and that's it for this week's episode. Sorry that it was a little longer. As you can see, we got Vera's old Freelander on the lift, so that will be in an episode down the road. And at that point, we want to thank our Patreons a lot for their support, and
We'll see you next Sunday.
we've been working on this car now approximately for 12 hours already, and I think we have another 4 hours to go.
I hope not.